hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Today I'm going to be talking to you about summer dresses. I love summer dresses. I've got an extensive collection of summer dresses. I've got them all hanging up here on my wardrobe, you can't see. But when I was actually preparing for this video and I was ironing out the dresses, I realised that I don't have any summer dresses which are shop bought. All of my summer dresses are now DIY, ones that I've made myself. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you all of my DIY summer dresses. And I'm going to be wearing them because quite a few people have said that they really enjoy watching the videos and seeing the clothes, but they would find it more helpful if I actually put the clothes on so you could see kind of how they fit and how they look, which I completely understand because actually it's hard. As we all know, shopping for clothes, you can never tell how things are going to look when they're on the hanger. So I'm going to be wearing the summer dresses as well for you today. Those of you who have been reading my blog for a while may notice there are some dresses perhaps which haven't made it into this collection. That's because, of course, as time goes by, dresses wear out, dresses don't fit anymore, dresses just stop being your style. So some dresses, which I maybe made 4 or 5 years ago, are no longer in my summer wardrobe, which I'm sure you'll understand because that's how it goes. But actually, what is quite nice is I have discovered there's quite a few dresses which are still in my summer dress collection, which I did make quite a few years ago. So that's quite nice. Nice to see that longevity there. So yes, let's get started. This is the first summer dress I'm going to be sharing with you, and it is an adaptation of New Look 6068. And I actually removed the little keyhole in the neckline and scooped out the neck. I changed this dress a lot, and I put in a lace panel around the waist by cutting the pattern, which is just the basic shift shape. And I've inserted a channel for elastic at the top and the bottom, and then attached the elastic over the lace over the top. This was me, I think I made this 4 or 5 years ago. This is probably the oldest summer dresses, which is still in my collection, and it's me avoiding putting in a zip, basically. That's what I did with this one. So I wanted to show my waist off, but I didn't want to insert a zip. So this dress was born, and it is just above the knee, as most of my dresses are, which I'm going to be showing you today. This lovely blue floral print polycrepe, and I really like this fabric because it doesn't need ironing. So when I was ironing all these dresses earlier on, I didn't have to iron this one, so it might even be my favourite, who knows. So that is summer dress number 1, and probably the oldest. Let's see summer dress number 2. Right guys, so for my next summer dress pattern, it will come as no surprise for those of you who've been reading my blog or watching my vlogs. It is Lisette for Simplicity 1419, and I am wearing the border print version, and I love this fabric. This fabric was from Fabric Time, and they have a website. I will link it down below, and it's got kind of a vintage feel to it. I kind of cut it so that it has these bold stripes at the top. I'll get my necklace out. It sort of looks a bit weird and stuck. There we go. It's got the bold stripes going across the bust at the top, and I kind of made it so that the navy blue on the skirt would match up with the navy blue on the bodice. And it has, at the bottom, these fabulous vintage style flowers, which I just love. So it's got a nice puffy gathered skirt, and this is probably one of my favourites in my DIY dress collection. I have lots of favourites, mind you. They do kind of change with the days, but this is one of my favourites. And what's so good about it is because it covers up your chest. When you're really pale like me and you just get sunburned so easily, you don't have to worry about catching sun on your chest. It's an area where I do find if I'm going to catch the sun, it will probably be on my chest more than my face even, probably because I wear makeup on my face, so that kind of protects it. So I've got 2 more versions of this dress to show you. No surprises there. So I'll be back in a minute. Right guys, summer dress number 3 in my collection is another version of the Lisette for Simplicity 1419, and this is, I think, my favourite version, purely because the fit is perfect. This is kind of, you know, when you make a dress, like make a pattern a few times, you tweak and improve it, and every single time it gets that little bit better. This, I feel, is my perfect fit. I scooped out the armholes a little bit, which I think is much more flattering and comfortable to wear. I got the darts just right, and I made it in this lovely red, heavy red cotton fabric. And it's a fake linen, which I think I've mentioned before from Fabricland. They're called Linen Look fabrics. And I paired it with this Tatty Divine necklace, and I think that red and pink look great together. Loads of people say you can't do it. I disagree. I just love red and pink together. So this is probably my favourite version. of the Lisette for Simplicity. Same skirt again. I love this version. I have one more version to show you which I do really like. Probably doesn't fit as perfectly as this one, but it's a bit more interesting in the way that I've hacked the pattern to get a different look. So back in this. Okay guys, so dress number 4 and the last version I'm going to be showing you of the Lisette for Simplicity 1419. I have got a couple more versions of these, but they fall into the winter dress category, so you won't be bored to tears by this pattern by the end of this video. And this, I've actually taken off my necklace because this fabric is a little bit much, and because this fabric is kind of crazy, it's this wonderful, bright, vibrant floral print from John Lewis. Because it kind of speaks for itself, firstly, yeah, you don't need a necklace. And I also did this hack, which I've shared previously on my blog, and I cut out the side panels to create this triangular effect on the skirt and the bodice, and I colour blocked it with just plain white, and I actually think it's been quite successful because it's quite flattering having these sort of diagonal lines going down like this, but also it just breaks up that crazy fabric which I love, but maybe a little bit much if you know you wore it completely. I don't know, maybe, I reckon some people could pull that off. Not me necessarily, but I think some people could look amazing in this fabric, you know, head to toe. But for me, I decided to colour block it. And this is, yeah, it doesn't fit quite as well as the red one. It's a bit looser. But actually, I made this last summer before I went on my summer holiday to Lisbon with my mummy. And we had a wonderful time. But it was so hot there, and I made this dress kind of to take with me, and I did take it. But when you are somewhere that's really, really hot, you don't actually want anything that fits you too well. You want something that has a bit of breathing room, bit of wiggle room, and this dress serves that purpose. But something I love about this version, I mean the red one I actually wear in the winter as well, and the spring, you know, it kind of is throughout the year. This one's definitely a summer dress because you wouldn't wear this with tights, because I think the white would look a bit strange. But the colours just scream summer, and actually whenever you wear this dress, if it's a nice warm day, you just feel really bright and fresh and summery. So yes, that is version number 3 of this pattern and summer dress number 4 of my collection. Right, so on to dress number 5 of my summer dress collection. This is my one and only off-the-shoulder dress. Now I made this last summer when off-the-shoulder dresses were everywhere, and Simplicity brought out this pattern. It's a Project Runway pattern 1418, and you can see I made this version here, which there's all different versions you can make on here. I think it's B, but it's the bottom one there. I always find the way they label them quite confusing on these patterns. But I actually really love this dress. I just absolutely hate wearing a strapless bra, so that's kind of why I don't really wear this dress very often. But I do really like it, and it looks like this. If I stand up, or kneel up rather, I put box pleats in the front here, which is the same as on the pattern. It's quite a little bit loose, so it's not too warm. Actually, if I was to do it again now, I might put some more fabric in the darts at the back, maybe? Like that? I don't know. Anyway, it's quite cute. This is V&A fabric, which I got from John Lewis again in their sale. I just loved it. I think the stripe was meant to run up and down, so vertically, but I chose to put it horizontally because I think it just looks a bit more like me. You know me, I love my stripes, so I got my little striped summer dress here. And actually last summer in lots of the shops there were loads of striped off-the-shoulder dresses. This was kind of my interpretation of that trend by making this one up. So yeah, I do really like this one. It's actually got, if I give you a close-up of the fabric, it's not just a plain stripe, it's really interesting. It's got different sort of leafy patterns in there with this crisscross as well. So it is very pretty, and it's got princess seams, which I have attempted to pattern match, not too unsuccessfully. Of course, you can never pattern match an entire princess seam because it's curved. But, you know, I did my very best. So that's dress number 5. Okay guys, this is my next summer dress. This one does not protect your chest, as you can see, or your shoulders, but it does look very pretty. And this is actually a really good summer dress choice, I think, if you wanted more of a party-ish summer dress, something for maybe going for drinks or whatever in the evening. This is a Vogue pattern. I've got all my patterns here, I'm getting in a bit of a muddle. Let's just sort them out. They're a bit involved with the frocks that I've already shown you. Here it is. So it's Vogue, very easy, 9100. And I changed the skirt. I put this skirt from New Look 6886 onto it because I wanted it to be more of a sort of partial circle skirt. I popped just as delicate as the neck on because this fabric is pretty bold, so you might not want a big necklace. And it's the beautiful rosy fabric which I've shared with you before, and I did a giveaway for this fabric as well. So congratulations to Inez. But this is the rest of the dress, and I have shown you this before. This was one of my makes this year. So this is, I think, the only dress I've shown you so far I made this year, if I'm not mistaken. So this is one of my newer ones. I think it fits really nicely. I did change the neckline because, as I mentioned in my other video, it was bowing out. So I just put a bit of elastic in the middle here to create the illusion of a sweetheart neckline, which I really like. And I'll show you the rest of the skirt. It goes out like that. So yeah, that's this little dress, and I'm really pleased with it. It's very cute and very flattering, so yeah, good one. Next dress. Right, this next dress is incredibly pink and girly, and it was born of my obsession with collars, which lasted a couple of years. I'm just getting over it now, but this is a lovely pattern. It is the Leanne Marshall for Simplicity 1755 pattern. I made the sleeveless version. I actually have made two versions of this, and both of them are made of vintage cotton. So this is the first version. It is made of this lovely pink floral vintage cotton. It's off the shoulders, you can see that here. So it's got this lovely collar which lies quite flat, pointed with little pleats beneath. Kind of cute. You got me to see my necklace poking out there. I probably wouldn't bother wearing a necklace with this, to be honest with you. I changed up the skirt on this version and put in one with box pleats. I'm not sure if I love that though. I think if I was to do this again, I'd just do the basic gathered, which it recommends. Maybe I didn't have enough fabric. This gorgeous vintage fabric was given to me by my mum. She has lots of incredible vintage fabrics, and I was very lucky she gave me this one. So let me show you, and it just comes up like this. Cute little skirt. It's actually a little bit loose, this, I think, sort of round the underarms. So I am quite tempted to go back and just take it in a bit under here. It kind of looks alright now I'm looking at it, but feels a bit loose, so perhaps I could go back and do that again. I really like this pattern, despite the fact you have to wear a strapless bra with it, which we've discussed my feelings on. But it's a great little pattern. It has a really unusual, fun look to it. I can't think of another pattern which has the same look to it, so it's pretty cool. Thumbs up for this one. Let me show you another version. Okay guys, here is my next summer dress version for you. It is another version of the pattern we just were chatting about, which is the Simplicity 1755. This is the first version of this pattern I ever made, and it's definitely my favourite of the two. I made this probably 4 years ago, and it still fits. Hey, it's just always nice. And I made this version with a contrast collar. So the fabric is this gorgeous hexagon print vintage cotton. You can see I made this one with the, oh actually it's pleats, the big pleated skirt, and I definitely prefer that. So I'm probably going to take the skirt off the other one and just put a few gathers in there, or some pleats, just to make it a bit more full and fun. And I made it with the little blue contrast cotton collar. And it's actually a slightly smaller collar, this one. I'm looking at it thinking, I don't know how that happened. I really don't know. But it's slightly smaller. And yeah, so it has a nice puffy skirt, like this. La 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 la. I love the fabric, and this is the first, so yeah, it was about 4 years ago, and it's the first time I ever actually pattern matched anything. So you can see down the front of here where I pattern matched somewhat successfully. It could have been a lot worse, and I think that's why I was so proud of it, because I've never done anything quite like it before. So yeah, this is a really lovely dress, and I actually, even though I made it 4 years ago, you know, I'm still wearing it now. Really good piece. It's full, the bodice is fully lined. I think this is ideal for things like these idealistic things which I don't do, like afternoon tea. But I do also wear this dress to work, and you know, for days out in town with friends and stuff like that. So yeah, nice pattern. I would recommend this one thoroughly, apart from the bare shoulder situation. Lots of sun cream required with this one. Anyway, moving on to the next of my summer dress collection. Okay guys, the next dress which I'm going to be sharing with you is an indie pattern, which is nice. It is the Sew Over It Doris dress. This is another dress which I made this year along with my rosy one, and I love the Doris dress. As I mentioned, I thought I'd show you it anyway though, so you can see it on. Looking at it on, it is a bit of a press, so I'm really sorry. But it is absolutely one of my favourite summer dresses. Again, does need an iron, so I apologise. It's got this lovely grown-in sleeve, these sort of open pleats here, which sort of go straight up to here, and then they have a loose opening. I put fake buttons on mine, and I think my favourite bit about it is the skirt, which is lovely and full, so it sort of flares out. I made mine the short version. It's got a little bow at the back, and yeah. I just absolutely love this dress pattern. I can't wait to make another one, but as you can probably tell by this video, I don't really need enough to make the summer dress right now, but perhaps if I get some fabric given to me or something similar, I might treat myself. Moving on to my next handmade summer dress. So moving on quickly to my next DIY summer dress. This is my extreme hot weather dress. I made it last summer again for my trip to Lisbon, just like the other brightly coloured pattern dress which I showed you. And I love this dress because of the fabric I chose for the bodice. This is an old tablecloth, an embroidered vintage tablecloth, which I cut up. These are actually in two parts. I seamed it right down the middle. And I tried to match it as best as I could. I mean, it's embroidered, so it's not exact, and the colours are slightly different. But I think that's what makes it so charming, and I love, love embroidered fabrics. And actually, vintage tablecloths are a really affordable way that you can find them. This is actually a gift from my mum, this fabric, which was very kind of her. And if you notice, all of the flowers of the British Isles, which I quite like. So roses for England, for those of you who don't know, roses for England, daffodils for Wales, thistles for Scotland, and the shamrock for Ireland. So I like that about this. I made it from a McCalls pattern, which I've shared with you previously. It's McCalls 7080. I did change some things about it, as I left out the pleat at the waistline, and I actually, this dress was free because I already had the pattern. The tablecloth was given to me by my mum, and I made the skirt for the dress out of an old sheet. Yeah, because it was no longer usable. So I just cut it up. So it was a free dress. And there's the flowers, how I matched them on the back. I'll turn around so you can see. And as you can see, it is very baggy. It's big. So that's me, that's the dress. So it's just gorgeous and perfect for really, really, really hot weather when you just don't want to be feeling like anything is touching your body. You know, you just want something like a tent, essentially. So yeah, this is a fabulous dress, and I'm really pleased that I made it. And I made it last year, and I haven't had the chance to wear it yet because we haven't had that extreme heat, but I'm sure it's on its way. Okay guys, so we're on to the last dresses now, and this is the third to last dress I'm going to be sharing with you. I have sewn this dress this year with the fabulous bargain $1.99 Japanese cotton which I found. It is New Look 6886, so you have seen this dress before most likely, but not on. So here it is. It has lovely darts down the front and at the bust to give the shape. It's not princess seamed, it's just a basic front and back. I gave it a slight sweetheart neckline. It's got little skinny straps which just about cover your bra, maybe best with a different bra. And then it has this gorgeous semicircle skirt which just flares out, and I fully lined this dress, and I'm actually really pleased with how it turned out. It's really easy breezy, really nice for the warm weather. And this is actually a really fab pattern. I'd really recommend it. There's two more dresses I'm going to show you. I'm not going to put them on though, because you've seen me wear them before, so it just seems a bit pointless. And I've been getting changed quite a lot, as you can probably tell with my hair looking a bit crazy. But this is lovely, I think, for going to the park, just relaxing. Another beautiful summer dress, which I made with New Look 6886, is my denim dress, which I wore in a previous video. And if you recall, I made the same dress, but I added on this little frill, which gave it the look of having little wings, which I kind of liked. And this dress is fully lined on the inside as well, with a nice bright blue. And it has these little yellow buttons down the front. This denim is a lovely lightweight soft wash denim from Fabricland, so it works really well for summer clothes. It's not a heavy denim or anything like that, it's just perfect for summer. And my final dress in my DIY dress collection is another one which I've worn recently, and it's this one which I made about 2 summers ago, and it is my Flamingo shirt dress. So again, I love coming back to the same dresses year after year after year, because it means that that work which you invested in creating that piece of clothing was time well spent, you know. It wasn't it wasn't something that you made and just, you know, threw away. And this is this is my midi dress length, and I used another Lisette for Simplicity. It is Lisette for Simplicity 2246, which is the traveller dress shirt dress. So that is my collection of DIY summer dresses. I really hope you enjoyed this video. There are a lot of dresses. I do hope you don't judge me too harshly. But you know, like I said, lots of these dresses haven't been made this year. Most of them haven't been made this year actually. Most of them have longevity, and that's one of the things which really appeals to me about sewing your own wardrobe, is that you just get that bit more attached and that bit more invested. And you know, like that pink dress I showed you with the collar, I was like, oh, it's actually a little bit too loose. So what I can do now is then just literally take that apart, take it in at the end of the arms. That's about an hour's job, and then I've got a dress which fits me perfectly, and I can continue to enjoy for a couple more years until the fabric wears out on me, or the zip goes, or whatever. Even then, if a zip goes, you can fix that. So yes, thank you ever so much for watching this video. Do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know what dresses you're going to be sewing this summer, or if there are any gems which you have sewn a couple of years ago like me, and you're still getting out the wardrobe year after year, because I would be very interested to hear what kind of summer dresses have that longevity in your wardrobes. So yes, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to click subscribe for new sewing vlogs every week. See you again soon. Bye!